Okay, so you have your tablet, you have your pencils, you have everything you need to draw, but when you go to sit down and draw, you can't think of a thing. Oh, it gets so frustrating. Here's a few ways to think like an artist. Okay, so one of the things we should talk about is input versus output. If you're consistently drawing and you're consistently creating, you're outputting a lot, which tends to mean that you'll hit burnout a little bit faster if you don't have input. Input can be from your friends, your family, a movie, a comic, a cartoon, whatever it is that you enjoy in your life. Watch it, absorb yourself in it. If it's your family, watch them, absorb yourself in them, because there's going to be a funny moment or a serious moment or a loving moment that you'll be able to take back with you and illustrate later. It's going to be a good source of finding material for yourself that you can then reflect on and output. You got to have input if you're going to have output. Otherwise, you're going to reach burnout super, super quick. So be careful. Make sure you take a little downtime. Make sure you take a little rest, but stay putting stuff out. Output is a big deal. If you're not putting anything out, nobody's going to care. Nobody cares about somebody that sits around and does nothing. So find some inspiration, find some input. Your output will come a lot easier. Okay, so you've thought of everything you can think of. Now you don't know where to go. Let's talk about community input. Community will help you along the way. Sometimes you're just fried out. You don't know what to think of. You don't know what to do. Ask your community. Ask the people that are buying stuff. Ask the people that are hitting like on your post on your social media. Ask them what they like to see, because that might be a great source of feedback. You may end up learning about something new. Go watch it. Come back with a whole new fandom of something that you never even would have known before because of your community. Make sure you pay attention to your community and make sure that you're listening to what their sort of demands are or their wishes. And maybe you'll be able to reflect that outward for them, and then you already have a future buyer. So community input is a huge deal. One of the things that I do quite a bit is just straight up brainstorm sketching. Sometimes I'll sit down with nothing in mind, nothing to do, nowhere, not even a direction, and I'll just start putting the pencil to paper. Sometimes those sketches end up turning into something great that I never would have expected. So when you're sketching, don't hold yourself under this law of you have to create something that's gonna go out into the public and get sold. Sometimes it's just about getting stuff off your chest, letting your mind go, maybe letting the universe channel through you. Just sketch. Brainstorm sketching is a huge deal. Make little thumbnails, maybe 1 inch by 2 inch, maybe a half of a piece of paper you can just kind of sketch around on, but just keep going. A lot of it is just keeping your pencil going. Brainstorm sketching is going to be one of those things that you look back later for inspiration. So just sketch, 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 sketch. It doesn't have to be finished. It doesn't have to be final. It just needs to be an idea or some scribbles that eventually turns into an idea. Brainstorm sketching. Make sure you do that. One thing that I see a lot of artists doing is not continuing their education. They learn about this much and they try to stretch it the whole length of their career, which eventually kind of leads them to being outdated, not up with the trends, and sort of irrelevant over time. You have to continue your education because the things that you know are already in use. You're already using them. When you learn a new thing, you'll be able to create new ideas, new concepts, new executions. You'll be able to make things that you never would have before because now you have a level of education that you didn't have before. So continuing your education is going to be one of those very important things to keep you ahead of the game, to help you understand where the trends are going, sort of help you understand the wave of where art is going. Learning about AI, using it as a tool, going to colleges and trying to do some college classes. You don't have to get a degree, you just got to learn the knowledge. Trying to find a group of people that are also like-minded and interested, and sharing some of the artwork and some of the ideas that you have in there will very much help your career. Continue your education, keep learning, keep getting smarter, and things will just happen and unfold as they're supposed to. One of my favorite things to do is to take a bunch of nouns and a bunch of verbs, put them together, and try to create something based on that. Get your sheet of paper, write a bunch of nouns on one side, a bunch of verbs, right? Like swimming, jumping, sleeping, whatever it is. The other side, write a couple of your favorite animals, a human, a rope, a vase, or whatever, right? Then you're going to take those, cut them up, shuffle them into some sort of a hat or something like that, draw a couple of them, and try to draw that. right? Like once you choose your two pieces, say it's a monkey sleeping, you're going to start finding new obstacles and new ways to think about stuff that you probably wouldn't have attempted before. But because you have this little mission and you set yourself this little goal to try to create something that you haven't created before, you're going to open up a new door for a new opportunity, and maybe even think of something while you're drawing that may be a bit more value in the future. These are just practices. These are just like little ideas to kind of keep you going and keep you motivated. A lot of times having that randomized kind of shuffle in there will allow you to kind of present to yourself a whole other option that you never even would have really cared to do. But now you have this new exercise. That exercise is going to help build you up, is going to help build your confidence, is going to help build your skill, and is going to allow you to produce something that you probably wouldn't have before. Make sure you do randomized sort of shuffling. You can do it with anything. Just try it with nouns and verbs first. It's a good option. Okay, so now let's talk about burnout. Burnout is one of those things when you output so much, you've really literally worked your butt off and you haven't made any money, or you're not getting the results you want, or you're drawing and nobody's liking it, or drawing and you're not getting enough attention on social media. You tend to feel a little bit worthless. You tend to feel like all the effort, all the education, all the struggle is for nothing. And at the end of the day, who cares? Burnout is one of those things that tends to happen when you're outputting and not getting what you want back. But at the end of the day, drawing is very much for you, for the person. It's literally, my drawings are for me. They're a way for me to reflect on my own life, and it tends to be my love language for everybody, my love language for the world, I suppose. And when I draw, yeah, I would like the likes, and yeah, I would like to sell it and all that other stuff. But at the end of the day, I can kind of reach the level right before burnout. And as soon as I start feeling myself like, I don't feel like drawing, I don't feel like doing this, I don't want to do this, I sort of look around me and find out something that I'm really happy with, and then I draw that. And that sort of helps prevent me from hitting that burnout phase. If you're past that and you're already to the point where you're kind of burnt out, maybe you need to take a day off. You need to kind of cycle back down, get some of that input versus output, get some input in you. Take a break, let the stress kind of melt away, let your brain kind of dissolve the fact that likes and all that stuff doesn't validate that you're a good artist. It actually is just a measurement based on an algorithm at that moment. So it doesn't really speak too much on your overall career, but it is one of those things that you can kind of gauge analytically whether people like it or if you're going in the right direction. At the end of the day, though, none of that matters. You have to worry about your own mental health. You have to worry about creating an environment that is going to be flourishing, and not just trying to burn out, trying to create as much as you can because you're trying to chasing that dragon effect. Don't let yourself reach that burnout. And if you do, just take a break. It's only artwork. You're worth it. You're worth taking a break. Just find some time to relax. Go snuggle with somebody you love. Go pet your animal. Go outside, touch grass. Enjoy your life a little bit. And that burnout will kind of work its way out. During those burnout phases, it's often good to watch some tutorials. Get on YouTube. Learn a little bit about whatever craft you're trying to do. And then when your burnout kind of melts away, you'll be right back in there, but with new knowledge, ready to try something new. Hey, if you have any ideas of what type of video I should do now or what will help you as an artist, please let me know. Drop a comment below, hit the like, hit the share, do all the things, the bell, blah, 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 blah. YouTube does not pay me for this, so if you're interested in supporting me, just go to my website, tonytripp.com. You can buy a print, buy a shirt, support Bear Shark, whatever it is that you like. Hit like on one of my posts, hit share, whatever you can do to support me is awesome, and I greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for checking this video out. Please share, please subscribe, do all the stuffs. Much love. Get back to drawing. Peace.